back to the Two Chicks in the Car.
Hi guys, welcome back to Two Chicks in the Car. I'm Gauri.
And I'm Lizanne.
And we are the Two Chicks in the Car. What's the topic for the day? Why am I talking like this?
I don't know why you're talking like this.
What is the topic for the day, Lizanne?
Why did you lose your head? This is why people stay on doing us.
Okay, let's go.
The topic for the day is, are we the villains?
Let's answer this with a question.
Are you the villain?
See,
Are you a villain?
circumstances make villains. And if the circumstances are always pointing at me, I'm the villain.
Yeah. Okay, so that brings me to the first question.
Hanji.
What does being the villain mean to you?
Okay, so I will answer it in one perspective. Like, I'm gonna answer like how something makes me the villain, and you're gonna answer how something makes somebody else the villain. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what makes me the villain in this scenario?
Actually, tell me, what is your definition of a villain? Like, if you had to define a villain, like, how would you
It could be
define?
me or somebody else, right?
Yeah, anyone.
Okay.
Like the
So,
concept of.
once someone stops people pleasing, they become a villain. That is my definition of a villain.
Okay.
Right? Like when you stop abiding by someone's rules, you become the villain.
Yeah, correct. I think for me, being a villain is very like subjective, right? And it's mostly to do with the perspective, because certain things you do can seem wrong for other people, but sometimes
Yeah.
that can be right for you, right?
Exactly.
So being a villain is basically doing things that could be harsh, but it's actually good. It's necessary for self-preservation.
Back to my point.
Yeah,
right then.
exactly.
Yeah. No, I
So-
agree.
It's subjective.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Okay. Have you ever stood your ground but hurt someone in the process of it?
100%. I think when you grow up, you are always in some situation or the other where
Literally.
you do hurt people, right? Like you have to make decisions whether you hurt yourself or you hurt another person. So sometime back, I had a friend, okay, and we had kind of a fallout, the two of us, and it was like a misunderstanding, okay. And when that happened, I did come across as a villain. Like I can see how I could have come across as a villain because I detached myself from that person. So I kind of moved away because at that time I felt that that was the best thing for me to do, right? Because if I wanted to get rid of that emotionally draining situation I was in, I had to remove myself.
Right.
So that's what I did. Like, you know, it was like a month. I kind of, whenever that person was around, I kind of moved away and I kind of made myself scarce in their presence. And I know that can seem like harsh, but I think at that point I felt that is what I needed to do.
You
Because
prioritize yourself.
yeah, because you know, I went from literally enjoying every minute that person was around to feeling emotionally drained when that person was around.
So I think that's fair enough, because I think
Yeah.
I have been in a very similar situation where I was made a villain for nothing, bro. Like I feel like the person gaslighted everybody in the group
Yeah.
to think I did wrong to justify their acts.
Actions.
Like, you know, they didn't wanna. So I knew a lot about that person, okay? And they knew if I opened my mouth, everything about their image would be tarnished.
Yeah.
So then they just had to do something like a fix, you know, like a quick fix, which makes me look like a bad person,
Yeah.
so that their image is like saved. So yeah, that happened, and then I feel like in everybody's eyes, suddenly I became a immature, childlike person. I mean, the people I'm talking about are
Yeah.
around 28, 29.
Yeah.
And back that time I was like 22,
Yeah.
and there was like a good 6-year gap, and I was kind of the youngest one there.
Right.
And I feel like I was made to look like
The bad person.
the bad person,
Yeah.
just because I knew stuff.
Right. So in this case, they kind of made you the villain, right, in that scenario.
Yeah, I mean, it is. No,
Yeah.
till now I have not justified myself to anybody, because I don't
Yeah.
feel like I should. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, leave it. Like, but I feel like over time I kind of faded myself out of it.
Yeah. But have you ever like taken a decision where you had to do something that was wrong, in order to kind of save your mental health or save your image or your self-respect or something for you, basically choose you over another person.
I think after situations like that,
Yeah.
I choose myself over
Yeah.
people because
So now you're
I've
not
been-
that easy,
exactly.
you're not that available.
I mean, even back then, it was not like I was available. I was
Yeah.
just like letting things slide,
Yeah,
which I don't do now.
correct.
I mean, I think I have always stood my ground, but depends. Like, you know, sometimes you have such a nice bond with them, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't want to lose it, and
Yeah.
you're like, if I do anything that's right,
Yeah.
that will annoy them, I'm gonna sabotage the
Sabotage,
the bond, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think everybody, all of us think
Correct.
like that. Any nice person would actually think like, I don't want to ruin the relationship
Yeah.
because I'm gonna speak up to the
Yeah.
person or confront
But-
the person.
In the long run, you kind of compromise yourself, right, to an extent.
Which I don't think we should do. So that's why we don't have friends now, no? It's just me and you.
Just you and I, yeah.
Yeah.
So you know one thing I've been practicing of late, like my new mantra, it's called the art of detachment. Okay, I read it somewhere, and I absolutely love the concept. You know, anything. See, when you think of detachment, you think that okay, someone is acting like they don't care, but it's not that. You are detaching yourself from something that is not serving you, from
Right.
something that is toxic and emotionally draining
Right,
you.
right.
Whether it is a friend, a relationship,
Right,
work,
right,
any
right.
situation in your life, tell yourself at that point, if you feel bad about it, tell yourself, I'm detaching myself from it. I'm
Yeah,
telling you, I've done it
works.
for like a week, and I've gone through something recently,
Yeah.
okay, like pretty bad with a friend, okay, another fallout.
Why do these friends keep disappointing
know.
us
I
somehow?
don't
And it's
know.
always the closest one that has to disappoint us.
I know, but I feel sometimes it's okay to fight because you end up coming out of that stronger. Like the friend that I was
Yeah,
telling
yeah,
you
yeah.
before, with the whole
But
space and
babe,
all.
another thing is only handful of these kind of relationships can be saved.
I truly believe that.
Yeah,
I truly believe.
like I mean, the friend that you saved and came out of
Yeah.
was it's like a miracle. I mean, it doesn't
Yeah.
happen for everybody. The people
Yeah.
I am talking about are out of my life already. Like I have
It
pushed
depends
them
on the
away.
people. Absolutely.
So, yeah, so I
Yeah.
think there's a lot more to
Correct.
that, right?
Correct.
Okay.
But yeah, practice the art of detachment.
Okay.
Practice the art of detachment. I've told entire Mercato parking. Have you ever done the wrong thing but for the right reason?
Yeah, I've sent like a I am busy to, like, you know, I'm busy, I'll catch up with you later message because I knew that the person who is trying to meet me or talk to me on call also is gonna involve me in a drama that I didn't want to be a part of.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to listen to that story for 2 hours because I will be giving opinions, which means I'm involving myself in drama, which has multiple sides to it.
Yeah.
Multiple sides that I know, and I don't want to be a part of it.
Absolutely. I think we are put in a lot of situations where we have to do the wrong thing for the right reason, right? And especially when that comes, and it's honestly, it's so sad, okay?
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you are doing something for yourself, you have to do the wrong thing. Like
Exactly.
for example, like,
But why
how-
does it happen? Like,
because I don't know, that's just how things are now, right?
so upsetting,
it's like
though.
you have to put other people on a pedestal, but you compromise yourself, which should never be the case.
again, that's why we are two loners now.
Yeah, and I think that comes also from the whole thing of us being people pleasers, right? Which you have to like
But we are not anymore. That's why we're sitting alone over here talking to each other.
anymore, and we're
Anymore.
talking
Yeah.
about being a villain. But yeah, I mean, I think
Better be a villain than like a people pleasing hero in like 100 stories.
absolutely, yeah,
I think when you do things for yourself, you have to do the wrong thing.
Right?
with the right reason, because you're the right reason.
Did you ever stay in a relationship or friendship out of guilt instead of love or respect?
Yeah. Why are you laughing?
Because
It's the same reason am I laughing. Same reason I am laughing.
because I know multiple stories of this. It's not one with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I have, because again, I said that I generally am a people pleaser. So I have stayed in relationships and
You're
friendships.
scared of hurting their feelings.
That is it. I think for me, I was just very scared of being the villain, and I think now I've
Come to a point where I don't
care if I seem like the villain. I'm
Right?
doing it for myself. Like in my eyes, I'm doing something
what's right for me. Like even if I'm
giving space to a situation, to a person,
detaching myself, I think for me, if I feel that's right, then that's what I'm gonna do.
And have you noticed the minute we are doing the right things for ourselves,
Yeah.
right things, okay? It could be like keeping ourselves clean, out of drama
Yeah.
and everything. We are somehow the bad person.
Yeah.
People don't want to talk to us. They want space from us. They want to cut
Yeah.
out from us. Okay, go ahead.
yeah,
Like,
go for
go
it.
for it. Like,
I mean, sometimes you
go
have,
to space.
yeah.
Don't come back.
Sometimes you have to close the
Window,
window.
no matter how good the view is, right? Saw that on a post on Instagram. I thought it would be fitting. I was just waiting for a minute to use that.
I know. Okay.
Next round, redemption round. So basically, I'll give you scenarios. I mean, we'll give each other scenarios and we'll decide or say if we feel that is redeemable or not of the person. Can the person redeem themselves? Can the villain become the hero?
Got it. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, first up. I would say I can't redeem this. I mean,
I know. Both of us can't. Huh? Okay, bolo.
forgetting someone's birthday. Is it redeemable or not? Or
Okay,
straight
see.
to hell?
If someone forgets my birthday, I'm gonna forget them for the rest of my life. And if I forgot someone's birthday, I normally remember everyone's birthday, even if I don't like you, even if you're like my friend's girlfriend's brother's wife. I don't know how that works. I will remember your birthday because I'm just good. I'm just good with dates, and that means if I don't wish you, that means I just celebrated in my heart and didn't invite you to it.
So you celebrated someone else's birthday in your heart and didn't invite them to it?
Because I don't like them.
Oh.
They don't have an invitation to my heart. Not everybody has an invitation to my
Because
heart.
the party didn't exist. in
Party
your
didn't
heart.
exist. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I was
Yeah.
just like, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. birthday. But for real, do you think it's redeemable if someone forgets your birthday?
No, it's such an important detail in your life. You know, how can you forget my born day?
Yeah, I agree. I think for me also my birthday is very
It's
important.
the day the most important
Yeah.
thing came into your life.
Yeah, I think, yeah. My pet peeve is when people don't remember my birthday. That I will never accept. Ever.
Ever.
I have fought in with people regarding this.
Fought in.
Not because they forgot my birthday on that day, not because of that, because they forgot my birthday because I asked them 6 months before my birthday.
She sounds like every Scorpio in the world.
Yeah, you gotta remember my birthday. It's a
I remember
prerequisite.
because she's born on the same day as me, but on another month.
But you remember the month, that's effort.
I don't put in efforts. Just saying.
But you just did.
Shut up. Don't justify my no efforts. Okay.
So wait, conclusion, not redeemable.
No.
Next up.
Okay. Someone ghosts you and comes back.
I think the reason why they would have ghosted me matters. Like if you're gonna ghost me just because you got bored or something, then hell no, I don't
What if
think
they're
that's...
ghosting you to fight demons in their head?
I think fine. If you need space, fine. Although I don't like the whole idea of ghosting because you're completely like ignoring a person. I wouldn't support that. Like, okay, if you need your space, you gotta tell me. Otherwise, I'm just gonna feel
What
guilty.
if they tell you and then they come back? Are you gonna accept them back?
If they do it too many times, I'm not. If they do it once or twice, fine. But if it's like a recurring thing where you're always trying to ghost me and you're trying to cut me off, then it's
After
like okay.
making you feel like real bad,
Yeah,
right? After making you
Yeah.
feel like the villain of their story.
Yeah, exactly. Works.
Yeah, I think it's the same for me
Yeah.
also.
Okay, someone who forgets details. Is it redeemable or not?
Can I tattoo it? Let me do it
tattoo
again.
you?
Can I tattoo it in your forehead? All the details about
Yeah.
me that I want
Yeah.
you to remember. No, I'm not even that person. But I mean, I think everybody should make the basic efforts, not
Yeah.
to remember like basic details about the person
Yeah.
who matters to them.
Yeah. You know, one of the closest people right now in my life forgot that I was there on a very important occasion. Like it was an event and I was there.
It was
and
a wedding.
Yeah. Whenever we talk
And
about
you were like
it,
very present.
I was in freaking troop. I was one of the yeah, and that person forgot I was there. But I I'm okay. I'm on good terms with the person now. So I think it is redeemable. But they have to redeem themselves. They have to do things that make you feel seen. Or they have to remember other things.
Now we just sound like attention-seeking girls, but no, I don't think that's where we are coming from.
Yeah.
If you get us wrong, if you think,
Yeah.
oh my god, now these just sound like two
because
brats.
see, end of the day, although we have these expectations for people, but we would do the same for them, right?
That
like
is
we
why-
would not ghost you. We remember your birthday. We would remember details.
This is why I think, but at the same time, I don't think this is expectations. They are standards.
They are standards.
I think that is what minimum someone should be offering.
Absolutely.
If you're giving them that, whatever you are giving should be reciprocated.
Yes.
And that is not an expectation. Having expectations and it being unrealistic is something else.
Yeah.
Topic for another day.
Yeah.
But I feel like these are minimum standards.
Yeah.
You can't forget a person's birthday.
Yeah.
Or you can't forget a person's important details like like their pet's name or something like that.
Exactly.
That's literally
Things
what
that are
is
important.
most important to them in their life. And if
Yeah.
they're telling you and then later you're like, oh, I don't remember this. I mean that's
It's
shame
not a
on
cool
you.
thing.
Shame on
It's
you.
not. People think, oh, it's cool to not remember. Act like you don't care. No, act like you care. That
Yeah.
it's so beautiful when people care and remember things,
exactly.
right?
I
The
don't know why
things.
people think being nonchalant is making them cool.
No.
People who think nonchalant is cool are acting, are pretending around
Yeah.
you. They don't like you.
Yeah.
Someone who constantly takes forever to respond, even after telling them.
I think it is redeemable. No, wait. I don't think it's redeemable.
What are you saying?
Yeah, no. If you've told them, then no. Then they have to see when you're telling people what's wrong and when you're telling them what you don't like and they don't put an effort to kind of fix it. Then no. It's
Bye
not
bye.
redeemable. Yeah.
See you.
You don't want to respond.
Yeah, set their chat on mute.
Yeah.
And you've matched the vibe.
Yeah.
Silence. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Next round.
Dare to confess.
What's the most selfish thing you've ever done?
I do it all the time. I tell people I'm at work
Yeah.
when I just wanna be in my own space and go to the gym and be peaceful and eat food and watch Friends and just sit at home. And that is very selfish, I know, because people make the efforts
I
to
don't think that's selfish. I think people deem it as selfish, but no, you're doing it for yourself.
but that's because sometimes I just don't want to deal with drama.
Yeah.
I mean, the real ones I don't cancel with.
Yeah.
Have you ever faked liking someone just to avoid drama?
I have. I mean, I've not done it. Like I've not made someone believe that I've liked them just to avoid drama, but I've done it like in the little things.
Little things,
Like, you know, when you're like kind of uncomfortable with someone and they say, okay, I'll give you an example.
You laugh it off?
Yeah, so recently, okay, so I'm very like pro anti animal cruelty, okay. So someone recently made a comment that I didn't really like, but because I had to kind of keep calm and not respond to that, I kind of laughed it off. And yeah,
You didn't like a counter attack?
yeah, I didn't counter. So I think in that sense, yes, but no, I don't think I fake like someone because I would be leading them on,
Yeah.
and that's like wrong, right?
Yes, I agree, 100%.
What is something you feel guilty about but you'll never admit it to the person involved?
I told them that I loved their cooking and then I fed the food to the dog under the table. Now there's just silence. We're just looking at each other in the eye.
Who is this person?
I don't know who had a dog under the table. Presenting Lizanne D'Souza.
You are the villain in my story. Okay, by the way, I'm a good cook, okay? I have people who can vouch for that.
I love your cooking, Lizanne.
I'm not going to cook for you ever. You know, you're the person I've cooked the most for.
I love your cooking, Lizanne.
I'm
You
never
cook
giving
really
you
yummy
anything.
food.
You know what? Let me tell you something, okay? Have I made brownies for you?
What type?
I make only one type, the nutty one. No, have I ever made brownies for you?
I don't need brownies.
Yeah, oh, you don't need. Sure, I have made brownies for other people.
Yeah, I don't need brownies.
But I'm not made
Even
for
if you
you.
make, I would like feed it
Yeah,
to the
feed-
dog under the table. That's what I'm trying to say. You're not putting in enough efforts to know what I actually want you to cook for me, Lizanne.
I'm putting out an ad for another best friend.
Okay, what's the worst thing you've said about someone behind their back?
I've called people red carpets behind their back because I mean they have been, to be fair. I mean I've said it
I
here.
think we all
also.
do.
Yeah.
We all do that.
Yeah.
I think even I've done that.
Probably that's the worst thing. I mean I don't support.
Backbite.
Yeah, talking behind
Behind the
people's back.
back.
Other than you're not counted. But I don't really talk about other people behind. I mean no. To
You
you
talk behind my back?
To you about other people.
She's like, yeah,
to
you're my
you.
best friend, but I won't tell you anything. I'll talk only behind your back.
To you about other people.
She's like, do you about other people?
Yeah, I'm drawing the diagram right now.
Gotcha.
Not about you to other people. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean yeah, I don't support it.
Yeah. I agree. Like, go and talk to the person, man. Why you were talking?
Front of wanna call them in front of their face.
You red flag.
podcast fun time. We sing it every single time.
I love it.
Okay, would you have a podcast pun?
Villain Era FM. Tune into our dark side. No, I don't have one. I'm not ready.
Okay, but that was nice. What you just said.
Okay, Villain Era FM. Tune into our dark side. Yay!
Okay.
Woohoo! Black hearts. Quotation hearts. I sound so that. Fill in the blanks. Haan, bolo.
Okay, so my podcast pun is you can't drive on an empty tank. So sometimes you have to be the villain and do the wrong thing. It takes a minute. It took me a minute as well. Huh? See, you can't drive on an empty tank, right? So sometimes you have to take certain decisions. You can't be in situations that drain you, that emotionally drain you. For you to move forward, you got to be filled with fuel. And if that means being a villain, you got to do it. Be the villain, detach yourself.
Now we sound like Damon Salvatore. Yeah, baby. Let's do the dance.
You do the dance. Do the dance and cover the camera now.
Okay, bye.